Hi, as part of building a CRUD application, in this video, I'm going to cover how to select a row and edit a row. In the last video, I covered create operation. Now I'm going to continue with that. So I'll have to add a button for update. But before that, I'll also cover the select operation. So you have to select a row to edit it. So I'll cover that. Um, So I'll add the edit button for now, and then I'll just cover the select operation, which is on click of the row. What's is equal to select row of, I'll pass the index of this row that is selected. So select row is a function select row w, and then I pass the index as an argument. So now once a row is selected, it will be assigned back to the controls. So I will say if valid data name dot value equal to person list dot value of index dot name. I don't need to clear those controls because that's part of the next step after I add it to the row and save. So person list dot dob. So the selected row values, cell values are assigned to the controls at this point. So let me see if that works as expected. I'll go back to my view. Everything gets cleared because it's a code change. So now I go to I add an item and then I select it. I don't see anything happening. It should be assigning it to the controls, but that's not happening. I think some missing link. Let me check that. If valid data, yeah, that's not needed, right? Because at that point the control is going to be blank. So let me check that now. And select, I'll first add the item. So add the item, select it. So that gets selected. So next step is editing. So let me come back and edit it. So I need a function called edit data. Function edit data, and edit data. I don't need any arguments here, but I need the same structure as add data. So apart from checking if everything is valid in the controls, I will also have to check row is selected. So if I will assign that to a local variable, which is row id dot value equal to index. If row id dot value and is greater than -1, that means something got selected. So here I'll assign back to the grid or the array list person list dot value of row id dot value dot name equal to name dot value. So at this point I have made changes in my controls and then I am saving those. Same thing for dob.value, and I'm clearing the controls here. So let me see if that works. If I make a change the name, once I select, I make changes in the controls, then I save back, it should work. So let me see if that is in action. First add as ever, add a row. So just add a row, select it. Now I'll change, edit it, and let's see what happens. Yeah, that seems to make the change. I'll add another row, Chris, and then put a date for that. So I'll add the date and then add this. Now I have two rows. I'll select the second one, so that's reflecting. So now I go and select a different date that should reflect on the particular row. We see if that happens, and then I edit it, so that's reflecting 2005. So that's 19 years. So that's one part we have done. Simultaneously, I'll do the delete operation also. So let's just add a delete button and add a delete event handler. So delete data, let's say delete data, then delete. So delete data will just splice the array. So I'll say delete data. So if row ID is greater than -1, then we want this in action. So I say person list dot value dot splice of the index row ID dot value, just that row, only one row. We are not doing a mass deletion. So I'm going to remove that particular row, and that would be again, after you remove it, it will be spliced and it will be part of the person list. And I am removing it from the text boxes because select would have added, so that would be cleared. So let me see if that works. I'll go and I'll have to do everything right from scratch. I'll add a row first. So let me add that. Let me add a second row also. Just give a random name and then just add this. Okay, now this is done. Let me edit this in action, so that shows the proper row. Let me delete it, it splice the row array. Yeah, that seems to work. Let me be sure. Let me add something very unique. Yes, I just put a wrong name there. Put it 0, add, and then let me add one more with some date. Let me add this. Now I take the second row, then I delete it. So that seems to work. So splice does the job for us. So that's one part of it. Let me, what else is left is we have to calculate the total and then show the average. I'll cover that in the next video. Thanks for watching.